Morning, it's Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42. So this morning while I was cleaning up the kitchen, I'm sitting here thinking about all the things that I wanted to have ready for my video this morning. Came and sat down at the table, turned on the camera, and couldn't think of a thing to say. So I turned the camera off and I just thought, you know, you've done this a few times, Audrey. You should be able to figure this out by now. You've got everything sitting in front of you. Just go for it. Anyway, it is Tuesday, April 3rd, if I haven't already said that, because I think I said it in the first time I tried to do the video. Yeah. Hi, how are you doing this morning? It is another chilly morning here in Silverton. I was really hoping not to turn the pellet stove on today, but my house was really chilly, so I've got it going again. I'm looking forward to the warmer weather and being able to turn that off and not have all the dust that the pellet stove creates, but it's the way we live here, so I will deal with it as I always do. I have a couple of new starts this week, and I got to meet some new people this weekend. So let's start with that. I was contacted by a very nice lady on Instagram. She goes by Elementary Stitcher. Her name is CaraLea. CaraLea? Anyway, she said that she and her friend Amelia were going to be doing a couple of needle workshops on Saturday, and this past Saturday, and they were going to be at Friendship Crossing down in Corvallis, and then they were coming up to Acorns and Threads. And I said, well, yes, I would love to meet you at Acorns and Threads. So we made plans, and after work Saturday I drove over there. When I got there, Darlene Baumgarten was there, and she was talking with Beth Twist, who I had not met before. I'd seen her on the video that Joe and Lisa did here a while back. So it was very nice to go up and introduce myself to her and talk with her for a few minutes. And those two ladies were standing over, Darlene and Beth were standing over by the fabrics, which was something that I needed to look at because I wanted to get the fabric for my Ink Circles Elegant Squid. Now I was thinking with the colors that I was using that I was going to go with a blue fabric, and Beth actually picked out this one. It's called Star Sapphire. It's a 28 count linen, and it's a pale misty gray green, but it's very pretty, and when we laid the threads out on them they just absolutely popped. So, that is where I'm at with Ink Circles Elegant Squid. I started this yesterday afternoon. I was just a little bit busy, and I thought it was kind of funny because I was doing this first motif here in the center and realized it's an anchor. I didn't see that when I was looking at the cover of the picture, but yeah. And it makes perfect sense. It's underwater, there's squids, there would be anchors. And the floss that I'm using is Gental Arts Island Blue. It's teals and greens and almost a verdigris color, and if you've seen something that has been underwater for a while, especially if it's brass, how it gets that verdigris tone to it, I think this just captures it. And it was not the called for color, it was the one I chose, but I just love the way it looks. So I'm pretty excited with how that is turning out. And of course, you know, besides buying fabric at Acorns and Threads, I had to look around, and I follow Rovaris on Instagram. I love seeing all the stuff that is designed, and I found one of her pieces. Welcome to our web. And got it. Yeah, me, who doesn't like spiders, is buying things that have spiders on it, but yeah, it's okay, it's Halloween, it's good. I have looked at a lot of her other pieces and just absolutely been in love with them, so, it'll be another new start. But while I was there at Acorns and Threads, they didn't have all the tables set up in the middle like they normally do. They usually just have one set up, and they had some stuff on display in the middle of it, and Lori, one of the ladies that works up there, was sitting and talking with a woman there, helping her kit up some projects. And this was a lady probably a little bit older than me. I wasn't really paying attention to them, but she was saying that she was looking for Halloween stuff. And I don't know what it was that she was kitting up. But anyway, when they were finished doing that, this woman came over to see what I was stitching on, because of course I sat down at the end of the table and pulled out my stuff and started stitching on it, because these two ladies that I was waiting to meet hadn't shown up yet. And she came over, and I was stitching on Bat Moon. Now, I am not using the called for colors for the moon. The picture, the pattern shows that you use colors 728 and 976, and I don't really like that extreme plaid look to it. So I went with the new DMC colors 11 and 17, and mine is more subtle, but you can still see it, and I like that. Anyway, this woman came over and she wanted to know what I was stitching on, so I showed her this, and she said, well, that's what I'm looking for. And she had a very nice southern accent, and I asked where she was from, and she's from North Charleston, South Carolina. And I said, well, I'm just about finished with this, and this had been gifted to me, so when I'm done with it, could I send it on to you? And yeah, she was pleased with that. So her name is Sharon. I'm not going to say her last name. I don't know if she watches or anything, but I should be done with my Bat Moon today or tomorrow, and I will get this sent out to her, because, you know, pass the stash. It was passed on to me. I'm going to pass it on to somebody else. But yeah, I am liking the way my Bat Moon is looking, and I love it on this blue fabric. Just love it. I love this blue fabric. I've still got more of it left upstairs, and I'm trying to figure out what else I can put on it. So then shortly after that, these two ladies come walking in, and CaraLea said I would be able to tell who she was because she has greens and reds and blues in her hair, I think it is. And sure enough, these two ladies came walking in, and pause for a second, I have to get something. It's real life, people. When you think you have everything all set up to do your video, and then you forget that, you know, you don't have everything set up for you. Anyway, so these two ladies came in, went over, gave them both hugs, because, yeah, that's what you have to do. So these are the two ladies that I met. CaraLea is the one on this side, and Amelia is the one in the center. And CaraLea lives over in Ontario, Oregon, and Amelia lives in Boise, Idaho. So they had traveled away to come over to just check out the LNSs. but they were on spring break. Anyway, CaraLea brought me some Harry Potter chocolate frogs. And they have a collectible wizard card in there. So I came home and I showed these to my husband and I said, and you can't eat them yet. I said, I have to show them in my video. And then we can have them for dessert Tuesday night. So yeah, my first chocolate frogs. Hopefully none of the frogs outside will be singing when I bite the head off of this one. Anyway, I enjoyed an absolutely fantastic afternoon talking with these two ladies, seeing what they were working on. It was just a lot of fun and really, really enjoyed meeting them. And of course, today's Tuesday. 2 more days I'll be back up at Acorns and Threads because we're having our April meetup. So, you know, just come on over to Acorns and Threads and join us. We'll be there at 1 o'clock. Janine loves having more and more people show up at the store. I'm sure she has no problems with that. I have up until recently, I had never really heard of needle minders. My sister gave me one 4 or 5 years ago. And it's the one that I use most often. And I don't, up until recently, I haven't used it on any of my work. But here recently, I've been using it to hold my pattern to my work. I have a metal stand that I usually have my, well, for my Alphonse Mucha, I have the color chart on it. And I have the needle minder on that, and I will hang my needles on it. For many years it was just sitting on a lamp and I wasn't using it at all. So I really wasn't into needle minders. And then you guys happened. And you start showing all these cute stuff, and people are showing how they're making their own, and they're doing the this and they're doing the that. And it's like, I resisted for a long time. And then somebody mentioned a shop called Mad for Minders. So I went and I checked it out. And I bought 3. And she sent an extra one. So these are my new needle minders. Patty, if you're watching, this one is for you. But you're supposed to forget about it between now and your birthday next month. Okay, so you didn't see that. I don't know if my sister watches or not. Anyway, this one is Rocky Horror, the lipstick, the mouth, because I love Rocky Horror. This one is the Munsters. This one was a boo-boo. I ordered the Addams Family. And when I got this, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, there's something wrong with that. What's wrong with that? And I went back and I looked at the invoice and it's like, oh yeah, I ordered the Addams Family. So I contacted the lady who runs this shop and I said, can I send this one back and get the Addams Family? And she was very nice. She said, no, we'll send you the Addams Family. That was my mistake. And in the course of the conversation back and forth with her about the third email I got back from her, she asked me, is this Stitchy Witch 42? My mom loves the projects you work on. Dasman? That was just, it stunned me that somebody would recognize me. But anyway, I am looking forward to getting my Addams Family one. And I'm going to pass this one on to someone else, and I already know who I'm going to be passing that on to. So thank you very much. This might be the start of a new addiction. Who knows? who knows? So I don't have any finishes this week, which is okay. I thought that I would be done with Bat Moon by now, but yeah, I had to get started on my squids, and I'm telling you, I like ink circles, and I just love the way this one looks. And I've got a start of a tentacle here and another one coming around there. Yeah, I have to get back to work on my Alphonse Mucha. I haven't worked on it for 2 weeks now, and I'm just, my goal is still to have it halfway before May 4th. May the 4th be with you. I'm feeling so bad that I haven't worked on that. And the only other piece that I'm working on, I'm up to 4 whips, oh my god, is my Witch's Gate. So that's where I'm at with Witch's Gate. To be honest with you, doing all this gray gate here has gotten really, really boring. And this is the piece that I have been working on at work. This last week at work, the lead bookkeeper was on vacation, and so I've been working with our third backup. She's not the brightest crayon in the box, so I've been fixing things. So I haven't been working on my Witch's Gate either. Instead, I keep playing with new pretty things. I wonder where I learned that from. Yeah. At work. Okay, I work weekends and Wednesdays, and I deal with the armored car drivers. Saturday, had a new armored car guy come in. And I'm looking at this guy, and he is a big man. And he has got chin length, soft, curly hair. And he's got dark skin, and he's got big arms, and he's got these tribal tattoos down his arms. And I looked at him and I said, "Is it impolite for me to ask, but are you Hawaiian?" And he goes, "That's very good." And he goes, "Most people, when they look at me, think that I'm Samoan." And he goes, "But yes, I am Hawaiian." And I said, "Do you do the dance?" And I can't think of what it's called. And he said, "Yes, he does." And I said something. I said, "Well, I guess I'm your basic haole." And he goes, he explained to me how that term came about. So Michelle, I don't know if you know this or not, being that you lived over there. I don't know if I'm even going to get it right, but I sat and wrote down notes as he was telling me this because I thought this was really interesting. He said the early Hawaiians had, when they greeted each other, they would put their foreheads and their noses together, and they would breathe and say, "Ha," which meant breath of life. That was their greeting. Forehead and nose together, "Ha," breath of life. When the first explorers, which were white people, came, they didn't do that. So they they called it auli, meaning without. So they combined it together, ha, auli, haole, and it means without breath of life. I learned something new. I thought that was pretty cool. And he's going to be my armored car guy on Saturdays, so I'm planning on learning more and more new stuff. Because it's good to learn new things. Anyway, I think that's all I have to say today. All of a sudden I have this tickle in my throat, and I'm going to start coughing in just a moment. I I guess I get all emotional with you guys. I want to take time to say thank you to everybody who has come and visited with me. I want to say thank you to everybody who comments on my videos. I enjoy that part so much. Thank you everyone for letting me be part of this community. Thank you for visiting with me. Thank you for subscribing, but honestly, I'm just glad people come and visit. You know, the rest doesn't matter. Just visit, meet new people, enjoy your stitching, have fun, live long and stitch on, my friends. Bye-bye.